Hi all, in this video let's learn about the differences between substring and substr in JavaScript. So before that, there is a similar question like this in JavaScript that is a mostly commonly asked interview question, that is difference between splice and slice. I have done a dedicated video on that. I will keep this link at the end card. Please try to check this video as well. So now let's come to this topic. So what is a substring and substr? So substring and substr are like string methods. A string means something, it has a string. Now if you want to extract something, a part of this string, so that is known as a substring. Okay, so now here ABC is a string. If you want to extract a part of this string, then that is known as a substring. That you can do with both of this substring and substr methods. These are string methods. Now let's understand the difference between these two. Initially, these two are like, let's understand this syntactical. Firstly, from the syntax base we can understand. So substring, see the syntax is from and to. Here from is a starting index from where it wants to extract the string, and to, this is an end string, end index. Okay, so in this way, if you given string is ABC, if we say substring 1 comma 2, then the index is 1, start index is 1, it means 0 1. So 0 is A, 1 is B. From B to till what? Like 2. 2 means you should exclude 2. This is the end index. You need to exclude till 2, till end index 2. Okay, so it means B. You'll be getting B as a output. It means in a string ABC, you are extracting a B. So it returns a new string. It will not modify the existing string. It will be returning a new string. So that is the first point we need to understand, from and to. So from which index to which index, starting index to ending index, that is substring. Whereas coming to substr, here this is the main difference, like it will give the first starting index and length, how many characters should extract. It will not give the end index, how many characters should be extracted. That is a length here. So here what happens, ABC is a string. 1 means the starting index, it is B, in this case B, and 2. Now we want to extract the length 2, so it means from BC 2 characters would be extracted. So that's the reason it is going to return you back BC. So this is the first and the important difference between substring and substr. So now let's understand few more points related to this substring and substr. So the another difference is like, if you give the same only one argument, so I'm not considering the second argument. So if you only give this from starting index for both these things, okay, they act as the same. Okay, there is no difference, and that argument should be positive. If that is negative or if that is something else, we will be discussing about that point. But if it has only one argument and if that is positive, then both will result you the same output. So let's see the output. So I will print here in the console. So here you can see the output. So I will extract this here. Yep. So yeah, give me a second. I will comment all these things as well. Yeah. Now let's see the output. So here you will be getting the output. So let me, why it is not coming here? 1 second. So now here in this case, if you here I'm using the string this ABCDFGH and I'm using substring. I'm using only one argument, the starting index. Fine. If you use the starting index, then in the both the cases, the output would be the same. And that index should be a positive number. It should not be a negative. Okay. That's give me a second. Why it is not coming the output? 1 minute. Some issues there. Okay. Okay. Fine. So let me check that. But here what we'll be getting is like the starting index, it will be giving you the B, C, D, E, F, G, H. This is what you'll be getting from starting index. So if you have not given any end, okay, like end index. So here also you'll be getting this one. This is what we'll be getting as output. In this case, only in this case, both will give you the same output. Okay. And oh, got it. I have not console anything. So that's the reason I have not got anything. Fine. So here you can see Now if we console, yes, we are getting this one. I forgot to console it. Okay, fine. So this is what we'll be getting if the argument is only one argument and which is a positive integer. Okay, this is one scenario. Let's discuss about another part. So if there is a negative points given, okay, if the negative values are in the start index, only in the start index, we are talking about the negative values in the start index. What happens? So if you give a negative value here for the substring, what happens is substring will treat this as a zero. Okay, if a negative value was given here, okay, in the substring for the start index, so it is considered as a zero. Whereas for the sub str, what happens is it will extract the string from the back. So it will take, so let me run this so that easily we can understand this. So see here, so let me refresh, run it. So here if you see ab, so in the first case what happened is in the substring, if a negative number was given as a start index, substring will convert that, like it will wrap it to zero. So that's the reason from 0. It means from A, B. So till 2. 2 index like AB is output here for the first console. Okay. Here for the second point for sub str, if -2 was given, it will start from the back of the string like HG. G. Okay. HG from here -1, -2. This and 2 characters. Okay. So GH would be taken. So that this is a difference. If the start index is negative, this is also one difference. If it is negative, substring is going to wrap it to 0, whereas sub str it is going to take it from the end. This is also an important point we need to remember. And next, let's see about the length property. If the length is mentioned as 0, so this is for the sub str. Okay, this will not come for the substring. Okay, anyways, it will not come for the substring. So if the length is negative, what happens is, so we can also see this, if the length is negative, it is considered as a 0. For the sub st, it is considered as a 0. So in this case you will be getting an empty string, you will not get anything else. Okay, if the length is negative, it is considered, it is wrapped as a 0. Okay, if the length is 0, even if the start index was negative or positive, we can't consider that because you are asking not to extract anything, 0. So that's the reason you'll be getting an empty string here. So some more points related to the substring. So let's discuss some of the points related to the substring. So for example, so the above are the points which we wanted to discuss. If the end index is omitted, so for example, here I am not giving end index, then what happens is from 0, 1. So all these things would be like taken as a substring. So for example, 0, 1, and from this, all the other part is taken as a string. So for example, let me show you that. So if the end index was omitted, now you'll be getting all the part, all the string. Till the end of the string, it would be taken as a substring. Okay. If the end index was omitted, that is what going to happen. If the start and end index is same, so for example, if I give 2, 2, then what we'll be getting? We'll be getting an empty. So because you want to start from one place and you are at that place. So see, you got an empty string here. Okay, so if the start index and end index is same, then you will be getting an empty string. So these are some of the points which are related to only substring. Okay, if this is omitted, it will take till end of the string. If start and end index are same, then it would be returning you an empty string. Okay, if the start index is greater than the end index, what happens? So for example, start is 4 and index 2, what happens? So let me show you this. This will return you, this will be swapped. For example, if the start is 4 and end is 2, what happens is it would be switched. So internally what happens? It would be something like this. It would be swapped. If the start index is more than the end index, it would be swapped, and see, it is giving us C and D. So from C, 0, 1, 2. So from here, the index CD is given as an output. So that's the reason we are getting as CD as an output. Okay, that is about this point. If any of the argument, okay, for example, any of this argument or this argument, if I take this as -2 or if I take this as a -1, okay, let me take the simple one. Okay, if I take this as -2, okay, what happens? If any of the argument is less than 0, then that is wrapped as a 0. It would be taken as a 0. If you get nan, that would be taken as a 0. If you get any of the argument which is greater than a string length, that is also considered as a 0. In all these two cases, okay, argument if the argument is less than 0, if the argument is greater than the string length, if the argument comes nan, not a number, then in all these cases, substring gives that as a 0. It would be taken as a 0. These are the main points related to the substring. Coming to the substr, okay, so here the first important point we need to understand is this method is deprecated. Okay, it means no longer we encourage to use this method. Okay, this substring, it is no longer encouraged to use this substring method. But if already you are using in your applications, you don't directly replace that with the substring or slice or any other methods, because this gives a completely different output, okay, when compared to other string methods. It is good to write your own polyfill. In case you wanted to use this and as it is deprecated, you can write your own polyfill instead of directly replacing the other substring or slice or any splice other methods. Okay, fine. So that's the first point, and this is no longer encouraged to use. And now in this substr, the important points is if there is a negative length, okay, then you will be getting an empty string. If there is a index, start index, which is greater than the length of the string, then also you'll be getting an empty string. So this is the main point. And also we need to understand one point here is if you give a negative value as a start index, it is going to take the string from the back. So that is also one difference. So these are the main differences between the substring and substr. Hope you understand the video, and also please try to check out this video as well. If you like the videos, uh, try to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos.